What's up, guys? We're here at my production studio, which is my MacBook and my phone and my living room. So, a little different from our normal set. By the video title, you guys probably have figured out this video is going to be a little bit different from what we usually upload to the channel. We've got some stuff to talk about. You've probably noticed our videos have been a little all over the place recently, and there's a lot of reasons behind that, and I just kind of want to go into depth on what's been going on behind the scenes here at DMP, and just kind of some of the roadblocks and the struggles we've been running into, as well as basically what our plans for the future are. So kind of bear with me. This is going to be a vlog style video, obviously, because I'm holding a camera. I've never done a vlog before, so this is new to me also. Let's get down to business. So a little bit of a history lesson. Death Mountain Gaming, for the original viewers, started kind of as, a couple friends in the basement of our old house live streaming Jed Helling playing scary games in the pitch darkness on Twitch. And I think one of our streams we did probably hit close to 2,000 views during a single stream. And that was kind of a clicking point for me and Joey when we were like, you know what? We could turn this into a channel and be like moderately successful at it. And so out of Death Mountain Gaming and that whole thing, Death Mountain Productions was born. So running from DMP to where we are today, I mean, there's been a lot of changes that have been made. I mean, I'll try to throw in some clips from our first ever podcast video.
Hey, this is Joey.
I'm Trevor.
And this is the Death Mountain Podcast under the name Death Mountain Productions.
What's up, I'm Daniel.
I'm Tyler.
And we're the tech crew. I'm handling the audio for DMP Productions.
I'm handling the social media aspects.
You won't see too much of us, maybe some special appearances once in a while, but just know we're here. That was the worst thing I've ever done.
Finger gun! Alright. Keep on keeping on, you navies. I'm done. I'm calling everybody navies. I gotta call them something.
That was interesting, to say the least. But we've also had plenty of people come and gone, and lots of reoccurring, friends and family of the channel that we've just kind of had on the show. My arm's getting really tired of holding this camera. I don't understand how people can do this regularly. Come on, autofocus. There we go. So, with all the stuff that's been happening recently, there's just a couple things I really wanted to address and bring up. Yes, the clickbait title is true. We are canceling the Death Mountain Podcast. There's a couple reasons for that. One of them is a lot of the podcast the podcast kind of represents what we were doing a year and a half ago when we started Death Mountain Productions. It was just kind of, like I said earlier, it was a couple friends just looking to have fun and make videos on YouTube. But what it's turned into recently is it's almost like it's a misrepresentation of who we are and what we want to do with YouTube. I mean, a year and a half changes people, I guess, and changes the way we do things. Our production game has kind of significantly increased since the first video, like you probably saw in those last clips. And so it's almost like the Death Mountain Podcast doesn't represent who we are anymore and what we want to do with YouTube. With that, there's also a lot of changes that we're making to the channel. For example, like Trevor is leaving and going off to college. Wow, my house is dirty. I'm not filming in here. So now that you guys kind of have an idea of what this video is going to be about, I'm going to go into a little bit further detail about just kind of what went wrong and what was misrepresented of us, and just kind of some of the struggles and the roadblocks that we've encountered, kind of the reason we're canceling the podcast. So the big thing, speaking personally here, since I'm the one kind of doing this video, I can't really speak for the other guys to, a level that I feel would be a complete representation of their thoughts, but I can speak to mine. If you guys caught the podcast 2 weeks ago, you probably saw that little edit I threw in there when Joey and Trevor were talking about they didn't know when the E3 videos were going to go up. That's Cody's issue. That's stuff that he deals with. And that's true. For the most part, I do all the filming. I do all the editing. Occasionally, I'm even on the podcast and do episodes of the podcast with the guys. So a lot of the responsibility for the channel falls on me, which is awesome. But unfortunately, what that also means is that the channel's recent failure is also on me. And that's something that's been my responsibility and that I've been basically dropping the ball on. And a lot of that kind of stretches over to, our personal lives. I mean, Joey works full-time, something I'll get into more. Trevor's going to college, not out of state, but far away from where we live, at the end of August, early September. So our lives, they're always busy, they're always constantly changing. I'm in the middle of trying to launch a company, and that's been where most of my time has been dedicated. So yeah, I've definitely been dropping the ball with the podcast. And so we just kind of hit a point where DMP stopped being about a group of friends making videos and having fun and doing something that we enjoyed. And it kind of turned into these weird tensions in our group where Joey's always wondering why I haven't done this, or Trevor's wondering where's this graphic that Cody said he was making. Really, it's all my fault, honestly. There's a lot of things that we could be doing better and should be doing better. And so we kind of sat down on our messenger group chat the other day and just kind of had to talk about things and said, well, things need to change. And so things are changing. And with that, we're canceling the podcast. This is a vlog style video and I have a life. So tonight we're going to meet up with Joey. And then when we get there, Joey and I are going to kind of talk about what is the future for DMP. Are we done with YouTube or do we have more things in store? So stay tuned. We'll get to that later. So we've met up with Joey. He's here now.
Was I not? Oh, did you mention I wasn't there?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mentioned we were going to meet up with you later.
Yeah, I just got off work.
So with all the stuff that I brought up to you guys in mind, we are canceling the Death Mountain podcast. So that wasn't just like a clickbait title. It's actually happening. We are getting rid of it.
Sad.
But there is a caveat to that. Joey, would you like to tell them what that is?
So we're actually going to be starting up a new show. So like he said, Death Mountain podcast, no more. We're going to be starting a new endeavor. We're titling it the Death Mountain Weekly. It's essentially the same thing.
It's basically the same
format. It's going to be a little bit more simplified, refined, redesigned, if you will. And we're just going to go with that. It's going to be another weekly show as well.
Yeah, so it's basically going to be the podcast, but it's going to be a shortened version, so it's not going to be 22 minutes long anymore.
Oh, man.
We're going to aim for 5 to 7 minutes, just have 1 or 2 topics that we talk about. It's just going to be a lot more polished. It's going to be a polished version of what we are already doing.
Which will allow us more time to actually do a lot more of the other just events and things.
And have our lives.
And still be able to actually maintain a life outside of DMP.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, stay on the channel and you'll see all of our stuff.
We do have a new upload time for the new show also. So we're ditching the Saturdays at 9 and we are moving to Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Yep, 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. Again, we don't do it live, so don't expect it live.
This is probably the most live thing we've ever done.
We're outside.
We're in a parking lot.
I never go outside. Featuring this car and that Toyota.
Not that Toyota. We don't want to talk about that Toyota.
Not the Toyota. All right, cool. Just this car and that car.
And that car.
And this one. Anyways. Not that one. Cool. Well, that's it.
That's not it.
Oh, no, that's not it.
We've got
that's
more.
Right. This is what happens when you just snag me after a long day.
I promise you guys, we will never ever do a vlog style video ever again.
Oh yeah, I'm bad.
Ever again.
Real bad.
So we're also basically rebranding all the channels.
Yeah.
Also, kind of the same thing I touched on earlier, the stuff that we made for this a year and a half ago, we're at a point now where it no longer represents our vision and our goal for the channel. So with that in mind, we're also redoing all of our graphics and kind of rebranding everything. You guys have probably seen the new logo we've thrown up on social media.
Yep.
So we're still kind of...
and YouTube, Twitch.
Yeah, we're keeping the same general theme and style, but we're just kind of updating it and giving it a more consistent look across all platforms, which we're getting rid of. Not all platforms. We're getting rid of Snapchat, we're getting rid of Instagram. We already don't use those. It's a kind of hard thing for us to integrate at this point into the channel. They just don't really serve a purpose. So you'll be catching us on Facebook, Twitter, and obviously YouTube, where you're watching this video, and Twitch.
Yeah, because we're gonna start working on more live streaming type things into the future as well. So stay tuned for more information on that.
All right, that's everything.
That should be it. But yeah, follow all of our social medias.
Yep.
That's about it. They're all definitely DMP streams, right? I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either.
And we'll post them.
Well, I'll put it somewhere on the screen.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the screen. Just look for it. It'll pop up.
You gotta do that panning thing. It just does that. With the whirlwind noises.
The more you know.
All right, cool. Rainbow Star.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I'm Joey. This is Cody. Trevor's not here.
Rip.
I just confused you.
That threw me off. Cool. This is us from Death Mountain Productions.
And we don't have a new outro yet.
Yeah, we don't. So
High
yeah.
five.
Bye.
That was bad.
Follow me on Instagram at
The whole
Tucker.b.
video's kind of like...